It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day 2 in Del Mar. Still working on the demo. You can see we've made tremendous progress. The dumpster finally arrived last night. Right now the guys are working on getting the rest of the sod out of the ground in preparation for 10 yards of amended topsoil. Sometimes it's just, you can't always get your ducks completely in a row. Like, you have to work with the rock yards, with the nurseries, with their delivery schedules. So we had to get our boulders early, which was, you know, kind of a bummer, but it's okay. We got them placed along the edge of the lawn area. So it shouldn't be that dramatic to work around them. We're going to put the soil, basically drop it in the middle, start moving the boulders and staging them, which will naturally open up some space. But we've got Baja Cresta, looks like we've got Honey Quartz and Napa Canyon, and one other. I think we've got 4 different types of boulders, so I'm super happy with that. And then of course we have all of the boulders from the client that were already in the landscape. But you know, getting the roots of these birds of paradise that have been in here for so long is really time consuming, and we want to do a really good job of it. We don't want these birds popping back up in the next 6 months to a year. So there's some really tedious detail work that has to be done prior to next steps.
Did you talk about the sod cutter?
Oh yes, and the sod cutter. Yesterday Greg had the mini excavator in here getting out all of the bushes, and today the guys have been running the sod cutter through. That is our preferred method for removing the lawn, is to just cut it out and then go through with a shovel and get all of the edges and areas around the sprinkler heads where we can't get in close with the cutter. Also had one delivery of plants today from Waterwise Botanicals. I got some very, very nice specimens, like this for Quaria. I thought this was absolutely lovely. This is, you know, similar to an ocotillo, but not an ocotillo, and it grows quite large very slowly, but it stays very open and airy, which I thought would be great in this location. I got a Agave Desmediana Joe Hoke. It does have a lot of pups, which I prefer, you know, it just to be a single specimen. So when I come for maintenance every year, I'll just depup and leave the mother to continue to grow and spread. Pack a Podium Le Marie. This is something that I haven't seen available for a while, so I was excited to get this little guy. And then this is Acularia aloe. It's a blue clumping aloe that I just think is absolutely gorgeous. It turns kind of a mauvey pink when stressed. Then I also got my Aloe Cameroni Eye. You guys know how much I love these, and Waterwise never disappoints. We'll be taking these out of the cans, cutting them, and planting them as cuttings so that we can really push the stress. And soon, within a couple of weeks, these plants will all be this beautiful blood red color. Just a phenomenal aloe. And look at these Portalocaria Afrovaragatas. Huge 5 gallons from Waterwise Botanicals. Thank you so much. And then I got a little Aloe Bainsii, and the rest of the plant material will be coming from Sun Valley Nursery tomorrow. So here you can see that we got all of these plants out. One of my lovely followers, Come in My Booty, gave me a great idea to plant some blue Spires, or my favorite, Salisto, cactus growths, no, not Salistos, Pilosoceras, Azuras, in between the barrels on this wall. I think that's a really, really fun and beautiful idea. We'll have the client's daughter come and pick up the potted camellias. We've got a few rose bushes for her too, and a few other potted plants.
So are they taking?
Yeah, it turns out that these pots that are on the wooden pillars, I mean, they are on these pillars. They are cemented on there. So the client's daughter would like to have these too. So what we're going to do is just saws all the posts and give them to her post and pot. And then I can mound up here, because you can see, you know, here's an example of how these were mortared into the ground. I mean, they're really, really in there. So what I'm going to do is just throw some dirt down and plant on top rather than trying to dig all of that mess out. We are, as you can see, demoing this mow curb. That's something to remember, you guys, when you're redoing your landscape and you're getting rid of your lawns. Remember, the whole point of the mow curb was to be a mow curb where you could get an edger in and keep your lawn separate from your landscape. When you take the lawn out, it really doesn't make sense to keep the curb. So always remember to remove your mow curb.
And it was really easy. We just
Yeah. Literally, Hannah just used a shovel to get this out. And what this does is it opens up the space dramatically, so it looks a lot bigger. Yeah, now you can kind of see everything sort of starting to take shape. I'm so thrilled with all this flagstone in this yard. It is so pretty. It's just the coolest, warmest. Well, those are kind of counterintuitive, aren't they? Cool and warm. I don't know. I'm really moved by the colors that they chose. I think they're beautiful. And the plants and the top dressings are just going to pop. We will be removing, all of this drip, above ground drip stuff, and doing our subterranean Netafim drip irrigation. I'm excited to plant out these flower beds here. These are going to be really, really cool. Well, this whole garden is just going to be breathtaking and just such an oasis for our client. In other news, the phallus shirts, you guys, I told you that we were doing a limited drop on these shirts. We were only going to offer 100, and you already have bought over half of them. So if you want your Every Garden Needs a Phallus shirt, make sure that you go to the shop and get it while it's hot. It is a limited release. And then please send me pictures of you in your shirt with your phallus to my Instagram at Laura Loves Succulents, because I want to see what you guys are working with. Looks like we're going to need some more pebbles in here. We decided that this was Palm Springs Gold 3/8. So we'll just take and fluff this area up here. Not going to plant in here. We're going to keep it open. This can become also the Garden of Death, in addition to the trash can and air conditioner and pool equipment. It's all going to be fantastic. So that's where we're at today. It's about midday right now. Oh, and for the flanks against the drive, I went with Petalanthus Bractius. So I've got 15-gallon Bractius coming to plant over here. The dumpster, yeah, check this out. And we're not done. Isn't that crazy? Unbelievable. Wow. It's going to make some beautiful compost, though. So there you have it. When you see us tomorrow, we will be continuing this process of just meticulously removing roots and grass and prepping this yard for our 10 yards of soil, and then the magic will begin. Thanks so much for following along on this one. This has been Laura Eubanks reporting for Team DFS in Del Mar with day 2 and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.